Hi guys there, welcome back to the SNAPcast. We've got a very special guest, one of our brilliant, amazing learners, Gerry. How are you, Gerry? I'll give you a famous handshake.
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome. So, Gerry, it's great to have you on the podcast. How are you feeling today?
Okay, pretty good. Despite what the weather's like out there, we've had this throwback of a storm sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I've managed to keep dry,
Good.
stay out of the wet rain,
Can you tell everyone a bit about yourself and what you do at Snap?
I basically paint. I'm not saying I paint the walls or do a bit of decorating, that sort of thing. I stick to canvas art. Yeah, that's my main thing. I've been trying some other things of late with Dean.
Yeah.
I joked with Beverly out there. I said I must have done something in a previous life to suffer this, I don't know. Maybe I was Hitler in a previous life. Can we put that in the podcast?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Oh, well.
There's no rules. I'm in charge.
It can probably be edited out, I suppose.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And how long have you been coming to Snap, Gerry?
Now, if you include the old unit,
Yeah.
I first came to Snap back in 1998.
Wow.
And I stayed, I'm pretty certain I was there until about 2005, maybe sort of heading towards 2006. Because the reason it's like my memory is like almost photographic, and I remember there was someone that used to attend Snap. I'm still very much a friend of his. I see him every other weekend.
Yeah.
And he was a massive Oasis fan. And we went to see them when they played at the Bowl. And I was still attending Snap at that time.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah. So, I was there for about 6 to 7 years sort of thing. And then, obviously, I just sort of called time and went away. And then it's sort of been here in this new unit for the last it's been about 3 years.
Sounds good. I know you love painting.
Mm.
When did you first start getting into art?
That's like saying how long's a piece of string. It's because I've been drawing since before I could learn to read or write. I mean, obviously I was no Van Gogh, as a little nipper, but I was years ahead of some of my other pupils in my first year sort of thing. While they were drawing matchstick men and women with triangles for dresses or skirts, I was actually drawing figures with clothes and really putting thought into it. But whereas I was struggling in other directions like reading and writing. I did mirrored writing. It was always back to front. I couldn't get my head around that. Sorry.
Your art is really good. I've seen a lot of your paintings. Better than, I think you're the best at Snap, including the staff. Yeah. Can you tell us one of your favourite paintings you've made and what inspired it?
That would be it's the one I class where I sort of came full circle. So I started, my first piece was it was more or less I remember struggling with this one when it was a picture of Superman. It was an impression of Christopher Reeve.
Yeah.
But
could you show the camera?
Just here. Yeah. So it was that one.
Yeah.
And I remember I gave myself such a hard time because it was not a straight on appearance of him. You were looking at a slight angle.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether Steve remembers this. I ended up just losing the plot, kind of having a bit of a meltdown. And then he said, "Well, trace it." And I thought, that's like one of the 7 deadly sins for me. I thought, I can't trace it. I don't trace. And you've seen some of the other stuff that I've done hand without doing the old graph method. I've just done hand drawings, and I could be at something for 4 or 5 hours, and that's just an average sort of time. And I'm not saying I'm immaculate, but I am fastidious. I'm quite detailed. But this one was my first piece, and so I was pleased with the outcome, the finished painting, but the one that I am most proud of was that one.
That is really good.
Yeah, because it was my own idea. I looked at the original print of this image, and the background to it was what I call flat. So I thought I need something to lift it up, and I was thinking of you know those sort of pictures you get where they move. There's movement in the background, like what they call lenticular artwork. So that's what I was trying to make. I thought something that has got depth to it.
Yeah, that is really good.
Yeah, and I don't know how long that took me now. That I think that was about between 5 and 6 months. Bear in mind, I'm only 2 days in the week, sort of thing, and I think I was ill once or twice, so I took some time off. But that was one of a few pieces I was working on at the same time.
Yeah. You are definitely the Milton Keynes Van Gogh, in my opinion.
Well, I'm keeping these ears firmly attached to my head, right? Okay.
Who would you say your favourite artist is?
I'm not saying that name. I mean, see, that's the thing. I never really got into what I call serious artists like Vincent van Gogh and and Picasso.
It's got to be Catherine. I mean, she's only really good on canvas art teacher, isn't she?
No, I see. Obviously, because of what I choose to draw, I like drawing. It all stems from the comic books and graphic novels I've read, and there's a couple of artists that have a certain natural ability for drawing. Yeah. Sort of.
What is it like being part of an art session at Snap?
It varies.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah. Like this is sort of canvas art because it's changed to a different day. It's very quiet.
Yeah.
And I said to Steve that I almost missed a drama from last terms when we had a couple of. I can't mention names.
Yeah.
Can I?
No.
No, I can't. No.
But I know what you mean anyway.
Yeah, there was a few people, and I thought.
Yeah.
Right, but in the end, I got used to the atmosphere. Of that group, and then when they were not part of it, it's like.
You missed them.
Missed the drama. I thought.
Yeah. How has Snap developed you? How has Snap helped you develop your painting skills?
I'm still learning because it's like it's almost because it's a week between each canvas lesson. I sometimes have a tendency to actually forget what paint did I use, and also I have trouble with mixing, getting the right colour tone. So sometimes Catherine can be of use. Yeah. The other technique I learned first off was about using the dry brush technique.
Okay.
That I'd never experienced before, and also it was the first time coming here. I'd never used any kind of paint. The last time I painted, and when I'm talking outside of Snap altogether, was in my first school, using poster paints and those big stodgy thick brushes.
You've come a really long way, really.
So, and to be honest, I wasn't really a big fan of painting, so I've always lived forever my life in monochrome, like using pencils. Or just, when it comes to, there's these fancy sort of art pens, I just use a simple biro. And that's how I did black and white sort of artwork. And sometimes I just use a pen rather than a pencil. I could, I think if there's a mistake I could go over it. It's easy to mask.
Yeah. Do you like working with other learners on art projects?
It depends.
Yeah.
I think that's the key word. It does depend on who they are, because I think when I first came here, the answer would have been simple, flat no.
Yeah.
I would rather work alone.
Yeah.
On that one. It was quite a transition for me. It's difficult. But I think I've changed over the few years.
Well, I think that's really good. That shows that you've like come on a way and you trust more learners.
Mm.
Right, and that's what Snap's about, building that trust with other learners and staff
Yeah.
to do the best you can. Have you ever shown your artwork in an exhibition or an event here at Snap, and how did that feel for you?
Um, I think the nearest you got to exhibition is when Snap's done their gala and they've sold paintings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's nice when people do come, like for say some of the fairs that they've had.
Yeah.
There's artworks sitting there.
Yeah, Christmas fairs.
Yeah. I have to admit that I was a bit put out. I remember the first year when there was quite a few of my pieces sitting there. Say like there was the Superman piece, this one,
Yeah.
and then there was that one.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think.
I mean, I know a piece you done, and my sister
Yeah.
bought it.
Yeah.
And she loved it, and she said,
That's
"Make sure you
it.
tell Gerry I said thank you." It was the Call of Duty one. I don't even remember it.
I do remember it. It was
Yeah.
another version of the Sin City sort of thing. And
Yeah,
and
that's it.
there was
Yeah.
a couple of these I'd had sitting there, and they didn't get sold. So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
no, I'm not popular right now. Just kind of almost. I'm not saying I took it too much to heart. It's okay. What do I have to do to please you people? You know.
But you feel proud of yourself, which is the main thing. When you get an art, so then you help Snap make money.
I said like at the beginning when I first came to Snap and started showing my skills of drawing and stuff like that, I said all I need is a challenge. Just give me something that challenges me. And so Steve gave me that.
That does look really good. I mean, I want it now.
That doing the head was actually giving me a headache.
Yeah.
I think he gave us both a headache, Steve, didn't it? It was a real taskmaster, that one. Yeah.
Oh wow.
So yeah, there's been some challenges, and the latest piece that I've been working on for the best part of the year now is the one I'm doing for you, Jack. That's been a challenge, and that's why I'm always glad that I've got other pieces to go work on. So it's like
you can have a break.
A head stomper or a scratching moment sort of thing. Okay, right, I need to take a break from that one.
Yeah.
Go away and come back to it later. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't given up on it.
Yeah. How has painting and being creative helped you personally?
It's made me learn to relax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I need to do painting then.
Yeah, because like I say, when going back within the first 6 months of me being here, if something had upset me, whether it's inside this building or away from, I just didn't cope well with it. But doing canvas art, it's just whether I've got my ear defenders on or not. Like I don't need them now of late because the group is so quiet. I could just tune out and focus.
Yeah.
And these things that I'm wearing, they're a recent addition because I've noticed that I'm not seeing as well as or it's not as clear as it used to be, my eyesight. So that has actually also helped for me doing the finer details of painting.
Yeah. Do you think art has helped you express yourself and express yourself or your feelings?
Yeah. It's like I think there's not many people not many of the staff in this building that will not know whether I'm not in a good mood or not. They'll see in my demeanour or my facial expression or just or whether I'm struggling with a piece of art or canvas. They'll know. But it does help, like say, having something to work on. It's able to sort of blow my cares away or help me relax.
Yeah. What do you feel most proud of when you look at your work?
feel like being a bit cheeky here. It's like
Go for it.
said this to Steve yesterday about I survived. Was it yesterday or this morning? I said that I survived another day, or was just sort of thing. It's getting through the day, and
Yeah.
having but I've sort of lost track of the actual. What was that question again?
You
Remind me.
can repeat it for you. It says, what do you feel most proud of when you look at your work?
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying this. I think you're really good and you've got nothing to improve on. Perfect.
I think that it comes back to that word when I said just give me something that's a challenge and to see that I can meet that challenge, rise up to it, and I'm not saying beat it down, but just get through it.
Yeah.
And like I say that one I mentioned about Superman, that's the defining moment. I said because before that I was hesitant about anyone taking pictures of me or even filming, pointing a camera in my direction.
Yeah.
Because if they did, I'd be out the door. I'd be running for the hills, sort of thing. So that was a turning point for me. I just thought, I had a few pictures taken. My sister, she came in and took a picture of us. And and it's that's the proudest moment.
Yeah.
And it's a turning point. So I've become a bit more relaxed in that way.
Yeah. What would you like to paint next? The $1 million question.
I mean, I painted the Joker, so I think it's only natural for me to sort of say, well, I'm going to have to paint Batman somehow, find a real decent image that challenges me or gets me to do some sort of work on it, because I'm just a huge fan of that character and the Joker, of course. But
do you have? Sorry, go on.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Do you have any goals or dreams for your art in the future?
I know I've often been asked questions sort of that relate to that, like have I ever considered doing portraits or having, selling my art, and I'm like, no. I mean, I've never even considered it in any sense. I just think, well, who would want to buy my art? And it sounds mind-bogglingly crazy to think, why would I even question myself? Because I just think, am I that good?
I think I'd definitely buy your art. I think loads more people at Snap would buy it.
Yeah, I kind of, I'm not saying I'm underwhelmed. I am overawed by everything I do and the reactions I get from people. But and this is me. Let's say, getting back to how when I started getting into art. After I'd left school, that was I got into sort of reading graphic novels and comic books and stuff like that. The time I spent for doing any artwork would be sometime like when other people are half asleep, like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I could be working till 5, resting on my bed, and that's when I should be sleeping. I'd be drawing away, but I didn't. It wasn't what I call fastidiously drawing day in, day out. I'd be like weeks at a time, so there'd be a big break. So you could say I'm a bit lazy in that way, but then it sort of comes back to, well, but I must be that good if I don't need to practice that much. I just, so it is sinking in. I am that good. I just don't like to sort of big myself up or boast.
I think you should, because you are. You are really good at art. I mean, I did one art session, and I won't say what happened next, but I think you are really good at art.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So we've got a few more questions. What advice would you give other learners who want to try painting?
I would say give it a go, because even when you think, oh damn it, pull my hair out, I've made a mistake, you just can paint over it.
Yeah.
There's nothing that can't be corrected. And also, um, like I say, it's a great sort of way of relaxing. It's just, when you have the right people in the group,
Yeah.
as in there's not too many characters that will clash. It's like, for instance, the Friday canvas group that I'm in this term it's a blessing in disguise, I think.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, I do miss some of the characters I had from the last term, but it's a relief to actually have a nice quiet room where I don't have to put my ear defenders on.
Yeah.
Because that is a pain, because I'm wearing glasses and ear defenders, and it just can be a bit of an earache.
Yeah.
So, but getting back to anyone that wants to try it, I'd say give it a go. Don't get worked up if it all goes wrong, and don't feel too bogged down by those internal thoughts, because it happened to me. Like I say, with that first piece, I just got so bogged down with it, and then I just thought, you have to take a step back and then just reapproach it and go from there. And sky's the limit.
I think I might try it now.
Yeah, there's no, like I say, you can start from just doing simple wash like background. Or I remember what some of the actual learners used to do with some of the bigger canvases was Steve would tape a certain area up and say paint this area and just don't go across that line, and then when you pull the tape off there's a clear line. There are so many ways to sort of achieve the goals of a canvas, and techniques is what I'm getting at. And it's just like the dry brush effect that I'd never even heard of it, and then I was like, okay, right, and I tried it, and still to this day I still use that technique, and it's just I can't think of the word to actually describe what that makes me feel, or what I'm seeing. It's impressive to look at when you see its finished effects and what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
No.
It's quite mind-blowing, the things you do in a canvas art session. I know it's only an hour and a half, but you do a lot of it, don't you, in your spare time?
Yeah.
And it is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before we finish, is there anything else you would like to say about your art or your time at Snap?
I'm one of those people that will say no, and then sometime later I think,
Yeah.
I wish I said this. I can't think of anything that springs to mind. So, say that question again.
So the question is there anything you would like to say about your art or your time at Snap?
Right.
So probably things you like, what you think about Snap and how it's helped you, or
right.
how good I am as a peer colleague, as a peer learner. It's all up to you.
Yeah. I'm just glad I came back.
Yeah.
I am, because, like I say, I can't tell you where I would have been last year.
Yeah.
What happened? I can say this from a personal note. I did talk to Steve about this and touch on it. When I was young, Vina 7, I was known as the quiet one because I literally didn't talk for 4 years.
Yeah.
And despite me having this sort of rare talent of drawing and being sort of illiterate, I didn't get the recognition at home from my parents. Some of my other siblings, my brother, older brother and my sisters, would have recognised it and seen it and thought, wow. And the teachers at school, but nothing at home. And that, it does cut deep. It really is, because it's one thing to grow up in a big family, and be a part of the silent majority,
Yeah.
not be heard. It's another thing to be ignored.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm glad that you guys here are giving me the recognition.
Well, I think you're an inspiration to many people. It's not even me. Like, you're one of the learners. I respect learners, but like, I've got so much respect for you.
Thank you.
And just the work you do, and like, you make me feel like I want to do canvas art. I know people say they like canvas art, but you show me that it's really good, and I really want to do it one day.
It will be a challenge.
I'll be as good as you.
But like I said, do not put yourself down and think, I can't do this. You can do so many things with the right techniques and the right help. And I will say that to anybody.
Yeah.
You know.
And one last question: how does it make you feel to share your artwork with everyone?
I think at first I was a very private person. You know, some of the stuff that I did at home, and but being here, it's a different feeling, and also it stems from because I didn't get the recognition, I didn't get the appraisals at home from my parents. I found it almost difficult to accept.
Yeah.
It's taken a long time for me to accept that, to say that the people that are saying these things are being genuine. Yeah.
Well, you know what? I think this is the best interview I've ever done. No offense to Steve or Claire, but I think you've completely took that title now, and we're definitely getting you a statue. The others can wait.
Okay.
But thank you for your time, Gerry. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a
massive pleasure.
All right.
And I'll come back to you in a year when I'm doing my canvas art.
Cool. All right. Well, I hope to see you.
Well, thank you for that.
You're welcome.